you guys an idea of what we offer and the different programs we offer. We have faculty-led, we've got semester-long programs. We'll get started. This thing on.
Hold it for just a second. Hold the red button for 5 seconds.
Testing. Okay. Let's see. So we currently have about 9 students abroad right now. We've got some to St. Gallen, which is our really popular business program. And we're also sending a student in the fall semester. Dylan, raise your hand. He's going to Strasbourg in France. So some of the reasons why to study abroad, a lot of students think it's too expensive. A lot of students don't think it's feasible in their college degree term. So why study abroad? So we've got, you guys are big on set credits. I'm pretty new to RMU, so I don't really know that much about set credits. But I know there's one that is, I think, Global Engaged as a set credit, and there's other ones that you can learn through study abroad and achieve the set credit through. And later in the presentation, I want to talk more about resume enhancement. A lot of employers nowadays are wanting more students who are globally diverse and have traveled abroad before. So it's a great boost to put you ahead of the competition when you guys are going to search for jobs in the future. Other reasons, discover yourself. You might not know that you really love to study abroad, and you might not know you enjoy traveling. So those are really good whys. So another opportunity, you can make new friends studying abroad. There's students come from all over the world to the one university you'll be at. So you'll have students from Japan, Russia, Africa, all over the different prospects of the world. You can explore your heritage. We have a lot of students. I think Kristen Thompson, who's our student that is in Limerick right now, she is Irish, and she wanted to really dig into her Irish roots. So she's at Limerick, which is in Dublin, Ireland, I believe. And you can also learn a new language. I know that RMU doesn't offer any languages here, but if you guys were interested in learning a new language while you're abroad, studying abroad would be a great opportunity for that. So what are your options? So we've got kind of 2 big ones that we mostly send students on. I'm sure you guys have all heard about our faculty-led education abroad programs. We have one, the really big one for business students is our program to Paris in Switzerland. That has about 30 students going on it, and I know Steve Clinton's really excited about that one. And then we've got partner exchanges. Those are the ones that RMU has set up a relationship with these students, or with these universities abroad, and we keep tuition the same, so it's easy for students to go abroad like you guys. And then we also have third-party providers, which are different organizations like CIE, CEA, AIFS, different third-party providers that we might not be affiliated with, but we would definitely help you guys through the process if you were to find a program on your own. So let's see, our fleet programs. So I'm sure most of you guys have heard about the fleet programs. They usually last about 2 weeks long. Some go a little bit longer, some go a little bit shorter. Depends on the program, really. Some of the programs have one country that you focus on. A lot of them try to get 2 countries in there just so you guys have more of a travel opportunity. Like I said before, the France and Switzerland program, I think they're starting off at St. Gallen University they'll be flying into, and then they'll check out the university there, visit a few of the businesses, and then make their way down to Paris and then down to the Loire Valley and visit some chateaus and whatnot. So a good benefit of our faculty-led programs is an RMU faculty member is going to be with you. So I know a lot of students are kind of not scared, but a little worried about traveling abroad by themselves doing a semester-long program. So if you guys are interested in doing a semester-long program, I would say probably faculty-led is a good place to start if you guys are a little weary about, traveling out of the country by yourself. You have RMU students with you, and you also have RMU faculty. So those are really beneficial to students that are kind of afraid to go by themselves. And all those are usually either right after graduation or the 2 weeks before graduation. And And so the tuition costs, so you guys would take a class. I'm trying to think how that would work. You would register, so if you were taking 15 classes or 15 credit hours in the fall, you would register for 12 and then use that credit to pay for your faculty-led trip cost. And then the program cost, it includes your airfare, travel between the countries, whether that be on a train or flying, the housing, insurance, and then most of your meals. Any questions so far? Okay. And then so our partner exchanges, those are the ones that I'm really versed on. I'm the semester abroad advisor here at RMU. I love to send students abroad for a semester because I feel like if you go for the 2 weeks, it's not as much. I get a lot of students that come back and they're like, oh, I wish the program was a little bit longer. I wish I could have stayed longer. And then they come see me and I send them for a semester. So a benefit for our partner exchanges is we have a really close relationship with these universities abroad. The one that Dylan's going on to Strasbourg, we've been partnered with them for, I think, about more than 5 years. So the way that works is they keep the tuition exactly the same. So I think tuition is like about $17,000 or more a semester here at Robert Morris, and we keep that exactly the same. So if you were to go to Deakin University in Australia, you'd pay the exact same tuition, and then the only thing you're paying out of pocket is your housing and then food and whatnot, other travel expenses you guys might do on your own. And then we also have a pretty good history of your credits transferring. We don't really want you guys to go abroad and not have your credits come back with you, because that kind of defeats the purpose of spending your money to go abroad. And then most of our classes at our partner exchanges are taught in English. So these are some of the places that so these are some of the places that we offer programs to. We've got a really strong program in Deakin University in Australia. A really cool thing about that one, they have 2-day orientation on the beach right on the coast of Australia, which is really cool. So yeah, we got programs in Chile, China, France, Germany, India. A lot of our programs, our biggest one is to Nicaragua. I think we have sent, we send about 83 students I know of went abroad between 2014 and 2015. And then we're sending another group of students I think are there right now, and then we're sending a second trip with them. So we got 2 different dates that they're going, which is awesome. I think for the Nicaragua one, they're opening another clinic down there too. So Dr. Carwas is awesome. Let's see. So like I was saying before, our partner exchanges, this is another third-party provider that we're partnered with. CIE, the Council on International Education Exchange. This, I would say, if you guys were looking to do a more untraditional program and you didn't want to feel limited to the ones that we're partnered with, I would definitely recommend doing a program through CIE. I have a student who's doing Madison Duncan. She's going to Portugal in the summer for like a quick month-long summer program. She didn't really want to do a semester abroad long program, but she wanted to do something. She's a soccer athlete, I guess, and she can't study abroad because she has to be here for fall and spring. So I know some students are athletes, and I would say summer programs are usually the best for those. And they also offer programs, as you can see. I studied abroad in Africa twice, so I always try to send students to Africa at least to get their feet wet a little bit. They've got programs in Morocco. They have some in, I believe that's Ghana, and then they have a bunch in South Africa. So if you guys are ever interested in studying abroad in Africa, definitely give me a call and I'll hook you up. So other things that CIE offers, they have a lot of in-classroom opportunities. They have in Bonaire, I believe, yeah, in Costa Rica, they have, if you guys were studying conservation, you can study in the cloud forest of Costa Rica, which they have a lot of volcanoes there, which you can climb up the volcanoes and really get to study the clouds and the volcanoes down in Costa Rica. They also offer a lot of internship opportunities and volunteer experiences. So I know a lot of students don't really want to study when they go abroad. They kind of want to either volunteer or maybe do some teaching experience or find an internship. We would also help you guys through that process if you guys were interested in that. Some volunteer opportunities. And we haven't had any students yet interested in the Peace Corps, but if any of you guys are graduating seniors and you are interested in applying for the Peace Corps, come down to our office and we'll help you through the application process for that. Anybody got any questions so far? Any program questions? Yeah?
I was gonna hear that fair system for the one, but I would take summer classes so I can graduate. But are there any programs over winter break?
Unfortunately, we don't have any programs over winter break. CIE, I don't believe they do either. But if you were to find one on your own that you really wanted to do, I tell students Google is your best friend, and whether it's in classes or searching for other things. If you were to find a business program that you really wanted to do that we weren't even affiliated with, if you brought it to our office and it was over for your winter break, we would help you through applying for that and seeing if the credits would come back with you. Yeah. I'm sorry? For the summer? Yeah, we have, Dylan's going for a semester, but we had a program for, if you were to go for a month at Strasbourg University in France, I believe we have 2 students, Ziu Zhang is going, and then Andrea, I can't remember her last name, but we got 2 students going for summer to Strasbourg. So for what courses can you take abroad? We like to make sure all your courses that you take, like I said before, come back with you. It would be kind of pointless if you guys were to go abroad and not have the credits come back with you when you return home. So we usually tell a lot of students to keep their electives open. So show of hands, how many of you guys are freshmen and sophomore? Okay, about half. And then juniors and seniors? Okay, good even half. So we tell, since half of you guys are freshmen and sophomore, I would tell you if you guys are really interested in going abroad, save a lot of your electives. The only reason we tell you to do that is because sometimes the core business classes might be a little bit different or a little bit difficult at these host universities. So we try to, and we want you guys to have the opportunity to take classes that you're really interested in. We have a student who was interested in taking like a food and wine class just because they could, and it would count for an elective for them. So yeah, just if you guys are interested, open your electives, keep them open. But you guys you can still take a lot of your business classes abroad. So for grades, your grades are important while you're abroad. You want to make sure that you get at least the host country equivalent to a C. The good thing about going abroad is that if you were to get, say you got straight C's when you're studying abroad at Strasbourg, for example, all that would transfer back. It would just transfer back as a complete. It doesn't transfer back as I don't even know what a C is. It's like a 2-point. Is that what it is? I think. So all the grades you take, we want to make sure that you pass them at least. If you were to get a D, those wouldn't transfer back. So we just try to tell students to get at least a C or above. And a lot of the grading systems are pretty different at foreign institutions. They might go by a number system. They might go by different letter systems. So make sure you are aware of that before you guys go abroad. So some of the requirements for studying abroad. We require students to be usually at least a sophomore. We want to have you have your experience here at RMU, really get acclimated to Robert Morris's life here and classes here. We want to make sure that you guys, get an idea of what you want to study before you do go abroad and commit the time and the money to doing that. I've actually had a lot of freshmen come in, mostly a majority of freshmen coming in interested in studying abroad. So it's nice to see all the young students coming in interested. So let's see. So like I said before, for the semester abroad, you would pay your tuition exactly to Robert Morris, the same you would if you were studying here for a semester. The only exception, so for the American University of Rome, we're partnered with them. They include housing in the cost of tuitions, that's really nice because that's a huge cost off of your guys' shoulders if you were interested in doing AUR, American University of Rome. And then all other costs, including your housing, are paid to the university abroad. And once you guys were coming through the application process, if you were interested in going to Deacon, for example, we would help you, figure out if you wanted to stay with a host family or if you really wanted to stay with other students in an apartment or in a dorm. There's plenty of options. So, I recommend doing homestay because you really get to experience the culture and get to really experience what life is like I studied abroad in France and I lived with a host family. And that was just an amazing experience. I got to really work on my French and work on, my cooking skills, the French cooking skills. So I definitely recommend homestays. So we got quite the lengthy application process for you guys to go abroad. A lot of it is just reading it and signing it, our waiver of liability, our code of conduct. The major one that we would like students to really take their time on is our course sub form. That is the one where you would really go online and figure out what classes you want to take abroad, and we have the list for you. You'd pick the class and then you would go meet with your advisor and figure out if that class kind of matched up with the one that you still need on your check sheet. So like international marketing, for example, it might be a little bit different abroad at your host university than it is here. So that's why you'd have to meet with your academic advisor to figure out if the classes would transfer. And then we also have, we need two recommendation forms. We need a faculty and a personal recommendation form, just stating like, oh, this student is pretty mature. I think that they're a good fit for our study abroad. And then, yeah, the rest is we'll deal with once we get you guys there. And other big things that we like students to have before they even start the process of study abroad. If you guys are pretty set on studying abroad, if you're like, I'm for sure going to do this next semester, I would say apply for your passport as soon as possible. A lot of our faculty-led programs are kind of on hold right now because some of the students don't have their passports and we need their passports to book the flights. So if you guys are ever interested in either a faculty-led, semester-long, or a year-long program, make sure you guys apply for your passport as soon as possible. And then, so visas, different countries vary, I guess, depending on how long you're going to be there, where you're going to be, if you're going to travel around Europe, if you're going to travel, around Australia, wherever you're going to be. We would help you through the visa process, depending on the country. And then we usually tell students to wait to book their flight until they've been accepted and until we have like a for sure that they're going to be going. We don't want to mess up any flights or flight arrangements. And then we want to make sure that when you guys are corresponding with these foreign universities, the host universities abroad, that you guys copy us on all the correspondence so we know really what's going on with your application process. So registering for courses abroad, you got to make sure that you pay all your parking fines, make sure you're at a good academic standing, or else you can't go abroad. That's easy said. So we're going to register you for the courses abroad because we have direct contact with the registration records at these host universities, and it's usually easy to figure out if you guys are going to get into the class, and then we have you guys usually fill out like an alternative list in case you aren't fitted in the class, because registering for classes here at Robert Morris, it's sometimes hard to get into the classes because they get full sometimes, and you have to wait till the next semester or email the professor and be like, hey, can you squeeze one more seat in? But we make sure that you guys are in the classes that you want to be in. So registering for faculty-led programs. So if you guys were to take, let's say you're going to go to Ireland with Dr. Holtz, Christine Holtz, and do the photography program. The way that they pay for the credit, the 3 credits you'll be taking, is you would, say you're going to take 15 credits in the fall. You're going to register for 18, and you're going to register for the 3 credits as an international 3,000 level, and that would stay, blank. It wouldn't be filled with a grade until you came back from Ireland, and then we would put the grade you got in for the fall semester. So make sure you guys follow RMU policy when you're abroad. The drinking ages are a lot younger. I think a lot of them are 18 or even lower. Just make sure you guys are responsible and, take care of yourself. Let's see. And you guys have to make sure that you maintain at least 12 credits while you're abroad, so that's a full-time student. So yeah, some suggestions we like to tell students, make sure you plan ahead. It's never too early to start planning for study abroad. And we always try to encourage students, since we don't offer any languages here at Robert Morris, to take a language. It's super beneficial, especially when you guys start working or start applying for jobs in the future. So for health insurance while you guys are abroad, we have a ISIC card, which is our International Student Identification Card. That covers a lot of students if they have any problems, like if you have to be hospitalized while you're abroad, or reappreciation. That's only $75, which I think is a really good deal for what it covers in case of any emergencies while you guys are abroad. So money, budget wisely. We usually tell students, if they're planning to go for either a year or a semester, to make sure you save some of your money up. Some students think that abroad is cheaper, but sometimes it's not. I know that the euro is at a really good exchange rate right now with the dollar. So if you guys are interested in summer programs, I'd say now is a good time to go to Europe. Dylan's got a good set for next semester. So yeah, for money, you want to make sure that your credit card companies know that you guys are going to be going abroad. If they see on your transaction list that a purchase in Switzerland or a purchase in Australia, they might cut off your card. So make sure you guys do let them know if you guys are going to be going abroad. And then we have a lot of scholarships offered. Actually, we have Kevin in the back. He's going to apply for London or CIE scholarship, and that is a $5,000 scholarship. We have 3 more scholarships open, one to Paris for $5,000 and then 2 to Berlin, and those are all for the fall 2016. So if anyone is interested, our deadline, we're cutting that off, I believe March 4th, which is next Friday. So if anyone is interested in doing a semester-long program for fall 2016, come see me after the presentation. And then there's also another really cool program. It's called the Critical Language Program, or Critical Language Scholarship, sorry. And that is a fully funded program from the U.S. Department of State. They are offering it. So you see all these languages down here, like Azerbaijani or Urdu. I don't even know where that language is spoken. But these are languages that the U.S. Department of State is deeming as critical, or I would say like a lot of people are losing that ability to speak that language. And it's always nice to have U.S. citizens that are well-versed on all of these languages. This is a fully funded program, so if you guys were to apply for it, you would be fully funded. You would have to study one of the languages in particular. We had a student apply for it for Korean. She has ancestors from Korea. Her family is Korean, and she would be studying, I believe, in a small country or a small city in South Korea. So if you guys are interested in learning a language, come see me after, and we can help you apply for that. That looks like the end of my presentation. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Questions? Any particular program? Any FLEEPS program questions? No? Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. If you guys are interested in the 3 scholarships we have offered, come see me and we can help you through the application process. But thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. And if you guys did fill out one of our interest forms, bring it up here and I can take it from you.